What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily wrap right after his late night stream of God of War and Call of Duty, where he managed to pull in a whopping $22 against the dentheads. They're tired of funding his talking streams, and maybe they just didn't have the cash to drop on Phil playing very poorly on these two games. It was pretty bad. I mean, he was playing God of War, did some challenge. He was just complaining the whole time and just said, okay, let's do Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the multiplayer. And that was just way worse. I mean, our boy Phil doesn't know how to play Call of Duty. So it was just a lot of deaths, a lot of crying, a lot of moaning and complaining. But best of all, barely any tips. I mean, to be honest, it seems like he should have ended up with $2 in tips, and then some anonymous fake tip came in for $20, and we know our boy Phil loves to prime that tip jar. So let's see what he has to say on his daily wrap video.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 29th of December, 2022, also known as my day back from break, and also known as the FedEx day from hell. As you know, earlier this week, my capture device died, the one that I used for 8.5 freaking years. A fan of mine overnighted a replacement device that's an updated model of the one that I had been using, and it was supposed to arrive yesterday on Wednesday, my day off. It did not, because FedEx didn't deliver it. They claimed that they tried and didn't have access, which is baloney, because they have all the information about my private community, including the gate code. They just didn't do their work. So they bumped the shipment. Now it was supposed to arrive today, and basically the entirety of the first stream was us sitting around.
Okay, that is a confirmed lie, because as you guys know, Phil on his daily podcast admitted that he went grocery shopping, pet supply shopping, went out and had dinner with his wife. So if he went out for dinner for his wife, you're assuming, right, that dinner is around 4 to 5 o'clock, right? Right? So he's somewhere, because I know Phil likes to have an early dinner, right? He claims that the delivery, FedEx had basically made a notation that they tried to deliver the package around 4:30 and no one was there. So Phil, if you admitted to going food shopping, pet supply shopping, and then having dinner with your wife, and typically, most people's dinner, well, not most, your dinner time is between 4 and 5. That means that you were not home. That means Kat was not home. And that means that you were not there to receive your package. So it wasn't FedEx lying. It was you. You were lying.
Dicking around, waiting for this thing to arrive. I tried out a new capture device in this Black Magic Intensity Shuttle. It did not work whatsoever. In fact, it caused errors all over my computer when it was plugged in. Kind of interesting.
Yes, that's because you went to the website, and what happened was it downloaded the most current version, and more than likely that current version was probably Windows 10. So that's why it caused all of these errors. If you would have just plugged it in and tried to just say update the driver, you should have been fine.
And then finally, around 2:30 p.m. today, the device arrived. It's called the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus device. It's weird. It's a weird shape for sure. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, this thing is oddly designed.
He doesn't even know when stuff came in. He told everyone around 4:30, 4:40 p.m. Eastern, which is 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, that the delivery came. So now he's trying to claim that the delivery didn't come in until like 4 o'clock his time, or 3, whatever he just said. So yet again, he has his facts wrong, or he's just lying. He lied previously. So he's getting his story mixed up yet again. I mean, I don't need to be convinced. I know that he wasn't there when the package was delivered. And then, of course, when the person that sent it to him and paid that for that overnight shipping reached out to him, he, of course, like always, needs to blame someone else. And even if you watch that video on his day off, he actually said, "I did nothing wrong. I believe in the title." So, Phil, he anything to cast blame on someone else when he could just simply say, "Hey, I wasn't there. I couldn't wait all day. I had things to do," and most people would understand that, but not Phil. Phil needs to do this song and dance, and Phil is the only man in the world that can tell a story, like say, "Hey, I had to go to the mailbox to retrieve some mail," right? And most people is, "Yeah, I opened the door, got my mail, came in. Oh, there was something interesting in the, or nothing interesting in the mail." No, Phil's story has to end with, gopher monsters came out of his lawn and attacked him and attacked Cat, and then he had to run and find his laser gun. It's the only thing that can kill the mutant gophers, and he had to spend 3 hours doing that. And then while he was doing that, something happened where his car, his maintenance light came on, and while finding the laser gun, he had to go to a shop and change out the wipers because the wipers were causing the maintenance light to come on. I mean, that's Phil. That's Phil essentially tells this Herculean story. He's like Oedipus, not Oedipus. He's like Homer in the Odyssey, where he tells these very long fables.
And shaped. But anyway, after messing around with it for about an hour, we actually got it working, and the visuals were looking quite good, but the audio seemed to have a little bit of issues with sync, mostly because I think the video actually had to process a tiny bit before it would show up in my OBS, and because of that, the audio was coming out instantly while the visuals were a little delayed and they weren't perfectly synced. So basically, the entire first stream was us messing around yet again, doing silly stuff, and then finally, when the device arrived, unboxing it, hooking it up, getting it working. The late stream tonight was me messing with the device in God of War Ragnarok and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. In God of War Ragnarok, I said, you know what? Instead of wasting a video, why not go to Muspelheim? Muspelheim is an optional combat-only challenge area. And I said, I'm going to eventually probably check it out anyway. This is a throwaway kind of a stream. So why not go there, set up the visuals, try to sync the audio with the visuals, and test and see what people thought. So I did it. People were like, wow. They were blown away. They said the color's way better than your old capture device. The frame rate for the most part is smooth and buttery and way better. It used to always chop up in combat, and now in God of War, it's actually smooth and nice. So they're like, this is a significant, not just a small, but a significant improvement from your old capture setup. And I was like, this is good news. Okay. So we actually did Muspelheim for about 4.
Yeah, no, a slight improvement in color, but that just could have been because he actually made some adjustments in OBS, and that's that. But it ran the same, it looked the same. I saw no difference whatsoever. Phil, it just looked like you're still using the same capture card, and maybe you made up this whole thing just to try to garner some sympathy and some pity tips. So that maybe someone would come in and say, "Oh, just like you, the way you say, oh, this is too complicated. There's just way too much to do. Let's not waste money. Let's just, do the fundraiser and buy you a PC." It seems like that's what you were gunning for here.
45 minutes, and I completed the first whole 6 challenges. I think now there's the second half of Muspelheim, which is 6 more challenges that are more difficult. But yeah, like we got them all done. I was like, sweet. We basically kind of steamrolled it. And people loved it. Then I swapped over to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I said, well, the best way to test this is going to be the multiplayer. So we played the multiplayer for a little over an hour, all right? Here's the consensus. Visually, colors are better for sure. When there's a lot of action, okay, in general it's better, but with Call of Duty, it did still chop up. I did notice as I was looking over at my OBS, yes, the processor, my CPU, was maxing out a lot playing Call of Duty, while playing God of War it was not. I guess what it is a Call of Duty, there's just so much action going on. Unless I had a much higher end PC or capture device that was really going to take the load off the processor, I can't really help it that much. What I'd like to do is I want to watch back that footage myself tonight. Like, I'm going to skim through it right now and take a look at it and see how it looked for myself. I also want to see if I had gotten the audio to sync, because like I said, the audio was desynced. Well, actually, it's really the video was desynced from the audio a little bit. And I want to see if I got it right. If not tomorrow, I might still tweak it a little bit more. But for the most part, I tested it on PlayStation. I tested it on Xbox. It's working fine. and the quality is improved from what I used to have. So maybe this is kind of like a gift in disguise. I mean, yeah, it sucked that I lost 2 days of gameplay progress, but as you guys know, I've been using that same capture setup for 8.5 years. Now we have a new webcam that we've been using for 2 months that you guys seem to really like the quality, and now we have a new capture device that's better color, clearer visuals, you know, less choppiness in action. And it's funny because someone had said tonight, I think it was Super Batcat, they said, you know, again, maybe this is a blessing in disguise because, you know, you were talking about how you really wanted to upgrade your PC, but you can't right now. Maybe this is going to add longevity. And he might be right because, you know, we were getting some corruption in gameplay videos recently over the last 6 months or so. Maybe once or twice a month I'd get a batch of videos that has some corruption, and then I have to like rip the video out of the archive stream on YouTube in order to upload it. But maybe that was the capture device. I mean, if the capture device was already having issues where if I got close to it, it would like turn off, right? Maybe also it was having corruption issues. We don't know if it was the capture device or if it was my hard drive. We don't know what the root cause of the corruption in those videos was. Maybe this device is going to give me improved visuals, no more corruption. Maybe I'm good. You know, maybe for now, I mean, of course, I want to upgrade my PC, but maybe this will put...
Mind you, this is a man that claimed that he used to build PCs. The capture card has nothing to do with the corrupt files. The capture card simply just transferred the video, right? It's essentially a funnel. So it takes the video from whatever screen you're streaming from, which would be your TV, and then it encodes it in a way and processes it over to your hard drive or to your stream, your OBS. And what you stream, right, when you're streaming it, Phil, and you're showing it on YouTube, that's what's being recorded. Not what's on the capture card, Phil. What OBS is showing. It's OBS that's actually doing the recording. So if your stream goes down and you have nothing to record, then yeah, okay, you can kind of say that. But if you are live streaming and everything's fine, whatever's on that live stream is what is getting recorded. Now, if you have a corruption or a problem, that's typically due to the PC that's doing the processing. So you probably have something wrong with your PC. Anyway.
Put some of the pressure off from me having to worry so much about it. And maybe we'll have big improvements for 2023. I guess we're going to find out, okay? So here's what I would like to say. Thank you all to everyone this week who understood Monday, Tuesday, and today. Should have been days when I was doing gameplay, and it didn't happen because we were messing around and waiting for a new capture device and doing all this crap. Thank you for understanding, and thank you to those who showed up and still supported the streams, all right? Today, admittedly, not so great. I don't blame anyone. This was day 3 of pretty much no real gameplay. I hope tomorrow we get back into the swing of things, okay? Now tomorrow, first stream will be...
What the hell you mean you don't blame anyone? The only one here to blame is you. You're to blame. You're to blame for your procrastination. You're to blame for your laziness. You knew this capture card had a problem for years and you refused to do anything about it. You could have spent $100 years ago, get the same capture card or something similar, and you could have updated it, but no. You rather had taken that $100 and spend it on WWE Champions or Jin. And that's the reason. So yeah, you don't have anyone to blame. The only person you should blame is yourself for being so short-sighted and being so lazy.
Level 1 podcast. I actually have announcements I didn't even tell you guys today. For example, I'm doing an extended streaming week this week. I didn't even tell you yesterday because I forgot. I should say today. I forgot because of everything going on with this freaking FedEx situation and the new capture device. So I'll explain all that tomorrow morning, okay? Then, first gameplay stream, God of War Ragnarok. We're going to continue on with Muspelheim, see how hard it is to finish it, maybe not, we'll see. And then we're going to go back to the basin and attempt to finish up the basin. If you remember, we killed 2 out of the 3 dragons. We were well on our way to major progress in finishing up the basin, so hopefully we can do that tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be the continuation of High on Life. Apparently there's 2 assassinations left. Someone said to me, actually, the end of the game is short, and I may beat it tomorrow night. I guess we'll see what happens with that. That means that Saturday will be Pokemon Scarlet continuing and Warzone, and then my plan is to kind of continue on with that schedule until we start finishing games, and then we can finally do the year-end series. Okay? Thank you guys so much for understanding. I will ask you this. Tonight, I did a test video of God of War. That video will actually become part of the God of War playthrough since it is an actual section of Muspelheim. I also did some Call of Duty gameplay. If you could do me a favor, watch the gameplay, leave comments, and let me know How did it look? How did it sound? Any suggestions for improvement? Was it better? Was it worse than the last? What do you think? All right, please let me know, and we'll go from there. And hopefully, like I said, tomorrow things will get back to normal streams, normal levels of engagement, support, and everything back to normal with progression as well. And one final huge thank you to the longtime viewer and fan who donated this new capture device, because man, did I need it badly. And now it looks like I'm going to be able to keep going, which is excellent. And now it's improved from what I had, which is even better. So it's kind of like I said, maybe a gift in disguise, right? Guys, thank you so much. See you tomorrow for a full day of gameplay finally. Peace out. Have a good night. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday.
Okay, we're not doing that twice. No way, no way. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It sounds like our boy Phil has corrected his problem with the Snortcast, and it's up and running, and he'll be back to his normal self. Technically, he was back to his normal self last night during the late night stream, begging, and of course hinting that, you know, he needed to hit that tier 1 tip goal. So yeah, so let's see how tomorrow plays out. I'll be here to follow it and to clip it, and yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.